Hey guys, Caleb's Cards here. Come at you with another binder video. And this is going to be going over the last binder for the NFL stars before we move on to the Hall of Famers. And then hopefully, a lot of people requested a revisit to the TTM binders. And a lot of people wanted to see the military binders specifically. So probably skip over basketball unless I can get them all filmed or something. There's not very many basketball cards in my collection. I'm actually kind of considering just not collecting them anyways. But anyways, back on track. Yeah, maybe going back to the TTM binders because it's been a long time. So this is going to be N through Y. All players with the last names start with N through Y. And it's getting a little overfilled. I will have a 4-inch binder coming in soon, so there'll be a little bit more room. But we first start off with former Broncos offensive lineman Tom Nalen, who was up for Hall of Fame consideration there a couple years ago. Cam Newton. We'll see if he can be the Cam Newton of old or if he's just washed up now. Nate Newton, who, of course, extremely good offensive lineman for the Cowboys. I'm going to have to fix that page. Hardy Nickerson. I got him in here because he had lots of tackles in his career. Ken Norton, again, another guy over 1,000 career tackles. We have at least a couple pages of his. And yeah, I'm going to have to... This page is kind of falling apart. Maybe if we angle it a little better. Yep, definitely got to maybe even break this binder up into another 3-inch. We got Jay Novacek. Going to the O's, we got Bart Oates. I think he had about 5 or 6 Pro Bowls. Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare. Now, his career didn't last very long, but he was pretty dominant when he was healthy. So, and he was a little bit older when he came into the league. So, I mean, kind of makes sense, I guess. Leslie O'Neal. I have no idea why he's not in the Hall of Fame. Someone please tell me if they know. I mean, he was really good. Carson Palmer. It's pretty good. Got Julius Peppers, who will be a future Hall of Famer here in the next couple years, I think. Maybe one season. We got William Perry. There was supposed to be music playing in the background, but I dropped YouTube Premium, and so it was playing an ad, so I apologize for that. See if it starts back up. I got Adrian Peterson. Just added these 2 cards. Got his rookie card there, which is kind of cool. Never had his rookie card before and always wanted it. Got Carl Pickens, I decided to add to. I mean, kind of a forgotten Bengals player, but he was pretty good. Got quite a few of his stuff. Or just a couple pages, I guess. It's kind of a lot for football for me right now. Jim Plunkett. Robert Porcher. I'm excited soon. We'll actually have... He's properly displayed and stuff in a room. In my room. My room will mostly be cards, I guess. And then we'll have a game room. So... that should be fun. We got Mike Quick, so we go to the Q's, and he's pretty much the only Q. Then we go right into the R's. Ray Rice. Until he got in trouble, he was pretty good. Simeon Rice. Also kind of a borderline Hall of Famer there. Gerald Riggs. It's a pretty decent running back. Andre Rison. I mean, he still put up some pretty good stats when he was doing well. Philip Rivers. I actually have a lot of Philip Rivers cards. They're just not in here yet. Eugene Robinson. Another guy who's kind of baffled me why he's not in the Hall of Fame. There's lots of guys, honestly, in these binders. It's like, why are they not in the Hall of Fame? Aaron Rodgers. Ben Roethlisberger. Got two really good quarterbacks in a row. Bill Romanowski. Tony Romo. Perhaps the greatest Cowboys quarterback of all time. I'm just kidding. Almost was a Bronco um, back before he retired, but the Cowboys and Broncos didn't get it done. Maybe he would have had a resurgence. Who knows? For 1 year. Kyle Rudolph. I think he's still playing, but he's pretty good. Matt Ryan. I got quite a few of his cards too. I think they're in a box somewhere behind this binder. Now we go to the S's. Asante Samuel. Eagles and Patriots and Falcons cornerback. Got Emmanuel Sanders. He's fun to watch. He's now on the Bills. So I'm sure Nick and my boss and Bills fans are pretty happy about that. Who's this? Darnay Scott. I don't remember putting that in there, but for some reason he's in here. That might have been a mishap. I'll have to double check that one. Jake Scott. Another guy that's wising out in the Hall of Fame. Leroy Selman. I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame, but I could have made a mistake and put him in the wrong binder. We skipped over Richard Seymour. Sterling Sharp, I got quite a few cards of. There was I bought a box and there was basically one row was all, or half the row was all Sterling Sharp duplicate cards. I was like, well, I guess I got a whole bunch of Sterling Sharp, so I picked out the ones that weren't doubles. Got Darren Sharper. Probably won't get in the Hall of Fame because of his off-field, well, not off-field, but the headhunting with the Saints, and then his after career, I don't know what you want to call it. Basically his legal troubles. Richard Sherman, next up. Just got a couple of his so far. I think I have some more somewhere as well. Clyde Simmons, part of that 90s, late 80s, 90s Eagles defensive line. Mr. Phil Simms, won a couple Super Bowls, definitely worth putting in here. Brian Sipe, also probably one of the better Browns quarterbacks in their history. Antoine Smith had about 50 touchdowns in his career, decent amount of yardage, so I decided to add him. Dennis Smith, really scary duo with Steve Atwater. Got Doug Smith, who was a 4 or 5 Pro Bowler, center for the Rams. I think he played for the Rams his entire career. Jimmy Smith didn't have a lot of touchdown receptions in comparison to some guys during his era, but had a lot of yardage. I think he had 10 or 11,000 yards. So that's kind of what put him over for me to add it into the binder. Neil Smith, former Chief and part of the Broncos during their Super Bowl run. John Elway said that he was so happy when they signed Neil Smith because it meant that he didn't have to line up against him anymore. Because Neil Smith would get to John Elway a lot. Rod Smith, Broncos legend. Might have a shot at the Hall of Fame. You never know. I think towards the end of his career, just battled injuries that kind of affects his chances. But maybe if he wouldn't have been, got a couple more touchdowns in there, they might have voted him in already. Steve Smith, retired fairly recently. Played for a long time. Super fast wide receiver. Got Chris Spillman. Decided to add him because he has over 1,000 tackles. Not a big sack kind of linebacker, but he was a run stopper and a decent coverage linebacker. Just got one card of Matthew Stafford so far, so Sean Hewitt would be very disappointed. Mark Stepnoski, another good offensive lineman for the Cowboys, and apparently he was with the Oilers as well. Terrell Suggs. Don't know if he's still trying to play or not. Well, he was with the Cardinals, and I think he got cut. Namikong Su. Really a dirty player, but he's still pretty good. Cortland Sutton, sadly, had his season cut short to injury, but he was on pace for another 1,000-yard season. So we'll see if he comes back strong. Pat Swilling. Chilling. Got Aqib Talib. Again, another pretty good player for the Broncos and Buccaneers, Patriots. Also has some off-field and on-field problems. Steve Tasker, one of the greatest special teams player ever. Was just always given 110% on every play. Fred Taylor, one of my favorites. I remember seeing him when I first started watching football, and then just getting his cards. And yeah, I guess if I had to pick a favorite all-time running back that I just like to watch, not necessarily just because of stats or something, probably Fred Taylor. So that's pretty cool. So I added a whole bunch from those antique mall binders, which was pretty cool. And I think there's still a few more I gotta add. Got Joe Theismann. Or actually, we got Otis Taylor there in the front. Then we got Joe Theismann. Probably could have been a Hall of Famer, had that freak accent with Lawrence Taylor. Vinny Testaverde. He's in here because, I mean, he played forever. So, and I did not realize he was actually kind of fast. I did not know that. We got Charles Tillman. One of the better cornerbacks for the Bears. Got Demaryius Thomas. I have quite a few Demaryius Thomas cards. So, if you're not a Broncos fan, sadly, you're going to see a whole bunch of Broncos guys in here. Guess I'm biased that way, but it just means I had more time to be able to watch them and decide whether I liked them or not. Got Earl Thomas. We got Henry Thomas, defensive tackle. Another guy who's wising out in the Hall of Fame. Joe Thomas probably will get in the Hall of Fame at some point. If he hasn't already, I don't remember. I think Alan Fanico is the offensive lineman that was selected. Michael Thomas, see if he stays with the Saints or not, or if he's even left already. I have no idea. Zach Thomas, another guy I think should be in the Hall of Fame. Cowboys and Dolphins. Bill Thompson, I believe he's in the Broncos Ring of Fame. Amani Toomer. We're almost done here. Greg Townsend. Jesse Tuggle. Another over 1,000 tackles in his career. And that's solo tackles, not combined. Michael Turner. Kind of like disappeared out of nowhere there after he had a pretty decent season. Rick Upchurch. Another really good special teams player. He's in the Broncos Ring of Fame. The Glitch in Madden. Michael Vick. Adam Vinatieri. Old man Vinatieri, still going. This is a parallel. Inscriptions. I think that's numbered. I guess it's not. That was numbered. Bobby Wagner. That's Denny's guy. Oh, it's getting full on the other side. Herschel Walker. We got Mr. Wesley Walker. Another kind of a borderline Hall of Famer. Everson Walls. Pretty good defensive back for the Cowboys. Hines Ward. I think I have him in 2 binders for some reason. DeMarcus Ware. Get another Bronco and Cowboy. Kurt Warner, I just always liked him, so not the quarterback Kurt Warner, but the running back Kurt Warner. Sammy Watkins. Then we have the guy who took over for Kurt Warner with the Seahawks. Got Chris Warren, who was also pretty good. And then after him was Sean Alexander. So the Seahawks had a string of pretty good running backs. And they got Marshawn Lynch. Charlie Waiters. And they also had this guy, Ricky Waiters, too, I think. Maybe. I think he went to the Seahawks for a little bit. Yep. So they had Ricky Waiters. So yeah, they had some good running backs. Reggie Wayne would just catch like everything. He was like Mr. Glue Hands. Eric Weddle. I have more Eric Weddle cards in a box. So I bought a Chargers lot. Wes Welker, another guy who just catch everything. Danny White, heir to Roger Staubach. Put up some pretty decent seasons, and also was their punter. Dwight White passed away about 10 years ago or so. Roddy White. We have a lot of guys last name White. Vince Wilfork. This is where we start getting kind of sparse in some of the players. Dan Wilkinson. D'Angelo Williams. Eric Williams, another Cowboys offensive legend. Mario Williams. Ricky Williams. Some of these you might recognize from the antique mall binders. Patrick Willis. Broncos legend Al Wilson. Steve Wisniewski. Jason Witten. Another Cowboy, Darren Woodson. And finally, Mr. Bryant Young. So, man, that was a big binder. So, a little over 17 minutes, guys. Tried to go as fast as I could. Thank you for watching and all support in the series. I look forward to seeing you in the Hall of Fame binders for football next week. So, talk to you later. Bye.